Hello everyone, I'm meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 9 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. We've got news out of China actually it's news out of London where the U.S. and China have started again talks about decreasing tensions in their economic trade war. NBC's Janice Mackey-Frayer has more on the latest developments in the economic battle.
This morning, a positive step to de-escalate a punishing trade war.
China, first row.
That's raising prices for Americans. The U.S. and China reaching a framework for a deal to ease tensions over tariffs. U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick said the agreement piggybacks a phone call last week between President Trump and China's leader Xi Jinping.
We both have our presidents behind us, pushing us to make sure we take care of our respective sides.
China's chief negotiator said the deal could inject, quote, positive energy into world economic development. The framework, if approved, would ease a trade spat that has unraveled relations between the world's two largest economies. Both sides had agreed last month to a 90-day truce on tariffs after President Trump imposed steep taxes on some goods and China retaliated, raising prices for American consumers.
We're very far advanced on the China deal. It's a complicated deal, but it's a deal that's bring us a lot of money and a lot of everything else.
While the framework could help move things forward, both countries still need their presidents to sign off. Talks had focused on rare earths, the critical minerals U.S. manufacturers use in everything from phones to electric vehicles to weapons. It comes during a key time for President Trump's broader trade war, with an appeals court ruling yesterday that many of his tariffs can stay in place until a crucial showdown in the courts this summer. And trade talks with Europe are moving slowly, ahead of an early July deadline that could see tariffs soar once again.
And again, that was Janice Mackey-Frayer reporting. We now turn our attention to Big Rock. We've got day 3 today, and after a very quiet day yesterday as no boats went out for the first time in tournament history, today should be a little bit more active. After a brief storm blew through Morehead City yesterday morning and rough waters were forecasted throughout the day, all 272 competing teams decided to stay on dry land. Now, many took the day to rest and prepare for the next 4 days of the tournament. Now, according to Big Rock's tracking system, 253 teams are expected to cast lines today. Fishing kicks off at 9 a.m. and will continue until 3. So we've had about 3 minutes with lures in the water. A dinner will also be held at Big Rock Landing this evening from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Scales will close at 7 p.m. today. Be sure to tune in to WITN on air and online for the latest Big Rock updates, and of course right here on the First Alert Desk, where when blues are boated, we will let you know and of course bring you the coverage as they reach Big Rock Landing. Let's talk about your forecast, because again, a lot of the anglers need a clear forecast in order to again have a successful day in fishing, at least mostly clear. Right now, again, we're seeing the boundary that rolled through last night continuing to work its way out into the Atlantic. You can see that big plume of clouds off the Outer Banks. That will continue to slowly inch its way closer to Bermuda, but unfortunately later on today, that thing's going to hit the brakes, stall out, and stay there over the next several days. So I'm not seeing a complete clearing of the skies, but we will certainly see a little bit more sunshine today than what we had yesterday. Will increase our air temperatures, but with rising heat, we have another chance of rain and thunderstorms coming up later on this afternoon. Very scattered, though. We're not looking again at any sort of widespread rain showers. Right now, again, most of eastern North Carolina looking fairly clear and dry. We do have, again, some clouds out there, but right now air temperatures in the mid-70s to upper 70s, kind of setting the stage for what will be a very toasty day, especially when you factor in that humidity. It will be feeling quite a bit warmer thanks to these numbers on your screen. Dew points reading in the low to mid-70s. That's summertime for you. That is a clear sign that summer is here. Let's zoom the picture out, give you an idea of what's on the way. Several areas of low pressure will try to work their way towards eastern North Carolina, really towards the eastern half of the country. Once that high pressure system over us moves off into the Atlantic and fades away. From there, we are keeping an eye on that area of low pressure down towards Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Missouri, as the cold front attached to that system will be drug across the Gulf Coast states and could eventually bring some better chances of showers and storms to eastern North Carolina as we head through the upcoming weekend and potentially even into the start of next week, just depending on system speed. But let's take a look again at your full 8-day forecast. For today, spotty afternoon storms. Again, very hit and miss. We're not looking at a great opportunity for severe storms today, but it is something obviously we are going to continue to keep an eye on. Now, moving forward through the rest of the week, rain chances will start to increase as we head towards Friday and Saturday. That's a part of that low pressure system we were talking about earlier. As it approaches eastern North Carolina, rain chances are expected to go up as we see more humidity present in the east. This coming weekend, there will be some breaks. I don't want to paint a completely cloudy picture for your Father's Day weekend, but do understand that there will be thunderstorms around, there will be rain showers around, and it may force you to adjust your schedules and adjust your plans for Father's Day if you do have anything going on outside. Well, that's all we have time for today's 9 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, I hope you all have a fantastic Wednesday.